This is a good question. It's like holding on to broken glass. The longer you hold on to it, the more you bleed out. And if you ask me, I don't know why you holding on to broken glass in the first place. Let it go. There is no point in being patient with holding on to broken glass. Please let it go. I am not too good with blood, so let's move on from this topic. So, when to be patient versus when to let go, when to walk away, when to move on. So what I'm gonna do in today's video, I'm going to break down, split up the video into patience and walk away. And the first half I'm gonna talk about is patience, when to be patient or stay patient. And the first reason to stay patient is when growth is actually happening. Now, I have a personal experience with this, a personal story to tell y'all real quick when it comes to being patient when there is growth happening. As y'all know, I love plants. In 99.9% of my videos, you are going to see some kind of a plant in my video because I am a plant dad. I don't have any human kids, but I have plenty of plant kids. And I love each and every one of them. They each have their own name. But one of my plants, her name is Bop, and Bop stands for bird of paradise because that is the type of plant she is. She's a bird of paradise. The first time I got Bop, I left her outside. And this was on a week where it was like a heat wave. It was like 90 degrees every single day plus. And I left her out on a Friday and didn't think nothing of it. And I came back on Sunday and my heart dropped. My Bop was sunburnt. I'm talking about crispy, fried chicken, grilled. This beautiful flourishing plant that I just bought looked nothing like it. She had scorches on her leaves. I just realized I messed up. But I don't give up. I'm a diligent person. I was going to find a way to bring Bop back, or at least try my hardest. And I did research. I reached out to plant people. They told me to do this. They told me to do that. I did those things. Days passed, weeks passed, and eventually a month passed, and there was no progress. And now my confidence in bringing Bop back dwindled. It made me upset because I never failed with having any plants. And I'm like, yo, is this gonna be my first fail? Am I gonna lose my kid? So something told me to cut off the branches, cut off the dead branches, the ones that got burnt, the ones that went brown. I cut them off, and that in itself had a waiting process. And then one day, I was just like, you know what, man? I'm about to put Bop out of her misery. I hate to see her like this. I literally lost all my confidence. And miraculously, on that day where I was about to throw her away in the dumpster, I saw one new growth. And I was like, this is crazy. I was literally getting ready to pick her up and throw her away. And I saw one new growth. And I just kept thinking, like, if I would have gave up on her, I would have lost my plant kid. So bringing it back to this, if you realize growth is happening, even if it's incrementally, then I advise to be a little bit more patient, because even those small steps turn into big ones eventually. It means that person, that man, that woman is trying to become better. They're doing the things, they're putting in the effort to be better for not only them, but for you too, and y'all as a whole. Those small steps show effort, the want to become better. So maybe if you just give that a little bit more time, be a little bit more patient, a beautiful thing might bloom, just like Bop. The next reason I suggest that you should be patient is when you both are trying to build individually and together. Now, when you are building things, whether it's a building or your own self-esteem, it takes time. Building takes time. And you notice that things that are built fast fall even faster. And that is why I don't trust a lot of these new houses. They be building these houses so fast. I'm like, you know what? I don't think these are going to last too long. But those old houses, those houses that were built with concrete and stone, those things last for centuries because they were built slowly and correctly. There was no rushing in this process. So if you two are building something in your relationship, and if y'all are building each other individually, just know that that will take time. Your desired outcome will not come fast if you are building with assurance, with quality, brick by brick, stone by stone, because all things that are worthwhile take a while. The beams, the support, the roof, the walls, building things of quality and things that are long standing takes time. Therefore, you must be patient with those types of builds, all right? Another reason why you may want to be patient in your relationship with your partner is when y'all two have a mutual vision, but temporary challenges. Y'all know I love this saying, life be lifing, because life throws curveballs, it throws unexpected things to you. Things just be happening that you didn't ask for, and you may be steadfast on something, a goal, a mission, and a tragedy happens. An accident happens. You get sick, your child gets sick. Now you have to put those things on the back burner for a little bit to make sure that they're okay, to make sure that you are okay. But challenges are bound to happen, especially in your relationships. But when you have that mutual vision and you two are steadfast on this goal. And this vision is the foundation, your aspirations, your desired destination. That does not go away. That is not temporary. That is permanent. And because it is permanent, it is heavy. It is anchored. It is solid. It's not going anywhere. So just because your temporary challenge is challenging you, is threatening you even, making you feel uncomfortable, making y'all feel uncomfortable, does not mean you give up on y'all. Because like I said, challenges are bound to happen. Challenges are imminent, but the key and the solution in these challenges is how you respond to these challenges. There's a difference between reaction and response. And a lot of people react when times are tough and they just break up or get a divorce. But the healthy way to respond, when you know this thing that y'all have is worthwhile, when you know this is just a temporary challenge, is to be patient and work it through. But if you see this person, your partner, as a worthwhile investment, if you see this person as a true love, then that is a good reason to be patient and remain patient. But now there is the other side of the coin, and that is when you need to walk away. The first thing that I'm gonna talk about when it comes to you need to let go is when their promises turn into lies. Oh baby, I got you. I'm gonna do this for you. Yada. Oh nah, don't worry about that. I'm gonna do this for you. Listen, just give me like $300 and I'm gonna pay you back next week. All right, my love. You know I love you. You know I got you, boo boo. And then 3 weeks later turns into 3 months later, and then you realize who you are with. A liar. When those promises that people make turns into lies, that is a glaring red flag that you need to walk away. Because one thing about promises, they should not be broken, especially with the love of your life. And that is why I don't play around with promises. I will try my very best not to promise something that I know I can't do. If I promise something to you, it is because I am ultra confident that I am able to fulfill that promise. If I'm a little wish-washy with it, if I'm not too sure about accomplishing this thing for you, then I am not going to promise it. I'm going to say I will try. Shoot, I will promise I will try. But if I know I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to promise it. But not everyone is like that. And if you are in a relationship with someone who plays around with promises and then they turn into lies, you need to let them go. The next reason why you need to walk away, and this is a big one because it eats at you slowly, especially when you don't speak up for yourself. And that is when this person, your partner, does for others what they should be doing for you. For an example, you're in a relationship with someone, and for some reason, the amount of time that y'all spend together is sporadic, random, not consistent. And then when you speak your mind and you tell this person like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, we need to hang out more. We need to spend more time together. And then they come up with some excuse like, oh, I work a lot. I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jobs. I'm gonna try. I got you. I promise. But then you go on their social media and they're hanging out with their friends every Friday. Or somehow, miraculously, they have enough time to hang out with their coworkers after work. And now you're sitting there, equations running in your mind, trying to have the math add up, and you realize the math ain't mathing. How are you able to spend this much time with everyone else but me? The one that you claim is your lover, your partner, the one that I think that I'm in a relationship with, right? Right, so when you question yourself that, there's a lot of reasons for that. And one of the biggest reasons is that they do not prioritize you as much as they do others. They would rather do other things with other people than you. And I don't want y'all to ignore this, because the signs are in your face, and he's playing or she's playing in your face. And when people play in your face, you know what I want you to do? Leave the playground. It is time to walk away. Let it go. We out. The next reason why you should walk away, let it go, is that when respect leaves, you should leave. Let me say that again. When respect leaves the room, you need to leave the room too. Respect is non-negotiable. I'll be damned if I'm in a relationship with someone who does not respect me. And you should not accept anyone who does not respect you. Respect is a necessity. There is no love without respect. So if you realize you with this person and as time goes by, the respect goes by, this is a pretty simple thing. You need to go by. Bye. I ain't got to expound on that too much, right? All right, let's go to the next thing. The next reason why it's time for you to walk away is when you start to realize that you are losing pieces of yourself. You realize that you are consistently shrinking. When you look in the mirror, you don't even recognize yourself. When your friends and families and people who know you and love you start to ask if everything's all right at home because you are acting different. You are not acting as yourself. When you start second guessing yourself, when you start doubting your own worth and self-value just to keep the peace, let me tell you something. It's time to choose yourself. because you're not. When you choose yourself, none of those things happen. And when you do feel that arising, you know to leave the situation because you choose yourself. You love yourself. You respect yourself. Listen, when you become unrecognizable to yourself, and it is because of the relationship that you are in, let me tell you something, there is no one worth that. And no real love, no real lover is going to want to break you down for their benefit. That's not real love. It is time to walk away. The next reason why you should walk away, when you are the only one making sacrifices. Now I gotta admit, I've been through this at one time in my life, and it's a horrible feeling because you realize you are slaving for something that is not for you. And in its real term, somehow you do become a slave because that person owns you. You are doing all these things for this person and they ain't doing jack diddly squat for you. It's time to let that go. When you're the only one that want to make it work, when you're the only one trying to spend time or have quality time with this person, when you're the only one trying to go to counseling to help your relationship, to help your situation, when you are the only one trying, it is because you are the only one. You are alone in this. You might as well be in a relationship with yourself because this person is adding nothing to it. So what do you need to do? Walk away. And this next reason why you need to walk away happens eventually. After all the mess that accrues and accumulates and builds up. And that is when you are no longer excited about the future with this person. In the beginning of your relationship, you're so excited about the possibility of the future with this person, right? You're dreaming about it. You're daydreaming about it. You're pondering on it. You're making plans, future plans in the beginning. But then you realize the type of person this person is, that they aren't truly for you, that they don't truly want you. They don't probably even like you like that. When you realize all of this mess, all that excitement about that future that you had in the beginning starts to dwindle and it disintegrates. And then it eventually disappears. The last thing that you want to do is hold on to something that has already died. When you are no longer excited about the future with this person, it is for a reason, especially when you were super intentional and serious about this person. There is a reason why you are no longer excited about the future with this person. And if there is no future in something that you are in, because we speak intentionality on this channel, because we are serious about the things we invest in, right? If there's no future in it, then we out of here. No future in something doesn't match with what we want here, right? So you know what you need to do. Walk away. Thank you to my follower that dropped that question because I feel like this is an important question because a lot of people hold on to broken glass. A lot of people don't know when to let go. A lot of people are so in love with someone, or they think they are so in love with someone who doesn't love them back. They want someone who doesn't want them. And it is hard to start over. It is scary even, but I would rather be scared, I would rather be uncomfortable, and I would rather be temporarily heartbroken than to stay with someone, sit in someone, be with someone who I know I need to let go of. But also, an important thing is to know when to be patient so that you don't lose out on something that is a blessing for you, something that will eventually bloom. Thank y'all for being here. I hope this video helps y'all in some way. Thank you for the questions, and I will see you on my next video. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.